On the 3rd of May, things will start changing. 3rd of May is going to be a really important day when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leos, indeed. This day, you are going to be able to work on a certain problem in a completely different way. What is going to happen on this particular day is the fact that you are entering the whole new dimension. As of this moment, as of this time, everything is going to change. When I say that everything is going to change, I mean that there is that whole new option that is going to become available, and that new option is just going to be connected to everything what you always wanted to do in your entire life. When it comes to you, when it comes to where you live, when it comes to how you live, and when it comes to how you live your life. There is something very important that is just going to start unfolding for you on this particular day, and this is going to come from, and this is going to stem from, and this is going to happen from a certain obstacle. There's a certain obstacle that you had, a certain problem that you had some time ago that caused you some kind of dissatisfaction, and you knew that you wanted to change this, you knew that you needed to change this, you knew that this is a big part of your life that you want to change, but you just had to play safe. You just had to think about yourself, think about security, think about power in general, and think about just doing things accordingly. And that's why it took time. It's all about the moderation to get to this particular point, indeed. The 3rd of May is going to be very important because, as I said, the obstacle is going to be resolved, and you are going to have an absolutely wonderful resolution to this, and that in itself is just going to start something really important. That in itself is going to start something really new, because the way this is going to happen is just going to happen without you even realizing. You're going to make a decision without you even kind of being completely fully aware of it, and that in itself is just going to become your new, huge, massive turning point. The 3rd of May is going to be a wheel of fortune indeed, because you will react to the certain situation slightly differently, which is going to give you and bounce back in a slightly different way, and now that it's going to be your new turning point. Believe me or not, this is going to be huge, this is going to be massive, and this is going to be really significant. The 3rd of May is going to be a new starting point indeed. By the time you get to the end of the 3rd of May, there is a whole new option that is going to become available for you, and which is going to make you at the same time feeling very grounded, but then at the same time it's going to make you feel extremely ecstatic and extremely happy indeed. It is going to help you a lot with a certain reflection. It is a lot going to help you with this new direction in your life. As I said, you are going to become aware of a big change, huge, massive, enormous change in your life that is about to start manifesting on this particular day. This change is good, this change is amazing, this change is significant, and this change is going to literally have an effect and an impact on your whole life and on the people around you. This is something that is going to make you feel really good, this is something that is going to make you feel really ecstatic, and this is something that is going to make you feel really radiant. Okay, prepare for this very special journey, because after the 3rd of May things are going to start changing, and most certainly they're going to start changing and working towards your favor. You will like it, because this is all about what you always wanted to do. Just remember, this is all about what you always wanted to do. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Leo, and it's for May 2019. So it's for you, my gorgeous, my powerful, my precious Leo, and it's for May 2019. Okay, your number this month, okay, did not let me down with everything that I said so far. Of course not. It's number 7. Number 7, it's a very strong number. It's one of the most powerful numbers. It's number 7, number 8, and number 11 that are ridiculously strong and ridiculously powerful. Now when it comes to number 7, and when it comes to you, this is going to be very strongly very powerful karmic month indeed. This is going to be the month when your spiritual journey is going to be highlighted like there is no tomorrow. A lot is going to be going on indeed. When it comes to you, when it comes to your way of of thinking, when it comes to what you focus on, and when it comes to what you want your next stage to be. But most importantly, what is the most important to you? What you always wanted to do? What is not right in your life? What is missing in your life? What you always wanted to do in your life? All these questions are going to be like flying around you like a little butterflies like this, and just keep on reminding you, hello, look at me, look at me, look at me. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Number 7 means that there is a success, my babies, the success that you are going to have, the success that you are going to gain. And this is going to be something so important, because it's not only about the materialistically, this is going to be like ooh la la time. You're going to be able to help to yourself, but also you're going to find yourself being the part of the situation when you're going to be an advantage. So it's not only about the success, but it's like the kind of excess success that you are going to have. You're going to have more than what you thought that you're going to have. It's all about your advantage. It's all about your victory. It's all about what you were doing so far, that this is all going to kind of start making sense. And let me tell you something else, my babies. Let me tell you something else. There's an important negotiation that you are going to have this month. And sometimes these negotiations, they don't even seem as important as like when they actually happen. So be very careful, because the little seed, little tiny, very sensitive seed, it normally becomes the biggest and the most powerful and the most oldest and the most biggest oak tree in the forest. So that's why I'm just telling you to be very, very careful, to have your eyes open, to be very open-minded, and try to feel the whole thing in a slightly different way. Try to ground yourself like as much as you can. Try to meditate throughout this month, so you're going to be able to pick up on these things. However, you are going to have this wonderful negotiation, and this negotiation is going to be mind-blowing indeed. You're going to end up being very successful, and also at the same time you're just going to end up realizing something really important about yourself, and something really important about a certain part of your life that you would like to explore. It's going to be on your mind. Oh my God, this life is really short. I keep on saying we live many lives, my babies. We live many lives. As older I get, the more I understand. We have been conditioned, to do certain things, and by being conditioned as people to do certain things, go to the school for a certain amount of time, do this, do that for so long. Then at the same time, you're like kind of blocking your psychic abilities. You are blocking your third psychic eyes, and you don't sometimes, people don't realize how far they can actually go. And that's why I'm saying this is such an important time, significant time of realization and significant time of unfoldment, because there is something important that you're going to start on this month as well. Something very, very important. The seed that you're going to plant this month, it's going to have a really big and huge and massive stage in June 2020. June 2020, it is going to have a direct continuation of whatever is happening this month, whatever you're doing this month, whatever new you start this month. This is going to be absolutely amazing later on, as I already said. What else I was going to say, that if you do want to have a certain negotiation that comes to your mind now, if there is any time or any situation that you would need to have a negotiation, try to kind of like do it throughout this month, because it's going to be absolutely brilliant, and you're going to end up with so much more. It's going to be a very successful time. The actual dimension is just going to be absolutely perfect. The energy is out. It's going to be absolutely perfect indeed. When it comes to your actual health, my babies, I'm going to need you to kind of pay attention to vitamin D. If you can eat the food with the vitamin D, because this is something that you're gonna kind of lack vitamin D. So I'm just gonna need you to take a little bit of vitamin D. So you can either eat food rich in vitamin D, or you can actually get something like a vitamin D tablets that obviously, if you can get them to be a really natural vitamin D tablets without any chemicals or without any nasty ingredients. Okay, if you are on any other medications, check with your doctor or check with your GP whether this can interact with your medications, or if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding. I need to say this, of course. And also, what else I was going to say is just keep on taking a flaxseed oil. I already mentioned to you this is going to be so important for you, because your skin is going to feel a little bit dry as well throughout this month. So I just need you to take a flaxseed oil. And for your hair is going to seem a little bit dry. Your skin and your face is going to seem a little bit dry. So please take a flaxseed oil capsules. It's just so important. And it's at the same time, it's going to help you with your joints and with your it's going to help you to keep your joints moist, and with your skeleton, because this is something that I think that you're also going to need to keep on moistening your, make sure that your joints are moist by taking like a flaxseed oil capsules. And a flaxseed oil capsules are like basically like cod liver oil, which contain like omega-3, but I always prefer like a plant version, which is like a flaxseed oil. So that's why I recommend this to people, and I think you're going to find this really significant for quite a few different things. Flaxseed oil, indeed, something that you will benefit from. If you're on any other medications, check with your doctor or check with your GP, because your doctor and GP will be able to tell you whether this is going to interact with your existing medications or not, okay, if you're pregnant and breastfeeding as well, okay. But on another hand, the levels, the energy levels are going to be quite good this month, okay. Now, going on to the first date that I would like to recommend to you, or it's the second date, of course, it's the 7th of May. Now, the 7th of May, it's like a really important day, because you're going to feel like a very adventurous, but you're going to feel a very adventurous, especially when it comes to the certain situation, a certain problem that has been driving you nuts for the last 10 months, that has been driving you like, that has been driving you nuts. I don't normally talk like that, that has been making you feel negative, or that has been making you feel unhappy, that has been giving you overburdened feeling, that has been making you stroppy and anxious, and it's just something that was keep on bringing you down. Now you're going to have a ooh la la moment, because this is all going to be the part of the dimension that is going to start after the 3rd of May. As I already said, this is the 7th of May, so there's going to be, you're going to feel like ready, lots of adventure, adventurous, beautiful, radiant energy. And now that in itself is just going to help you to deal with a certain problem that was causing you overburdened feeling and excessive pressure in the last 10 months. You're going to be like, come on, let's just do it, and this is exactly what you're going to do. You will not want to go directly to deal with this problem unless you have a little kind of scenario in your mind, and there is a certain advice from somebody who's just going to kind of keep on ringing in your mind, and there is an amazing person that gave you an advice that you're going to follow, that you're going to kind of follow up, and this is going to kind of make you kind of deal with this particular situation, deal with this particular problem, and finally this particular problem situation is going to come to an end, because you're going to do what you wanted to do in a really long time, because there was always fear of something, and now it's the power, strength, it's going to help you to realize and see the bigger picture around you. You don't need to be scared of anything. Do it. If you want changes, just do it, my babies. You've got more than you need. Just jump in the water and swim. Worry about not being able to swim later on, because you're going to start swimming anyway. Once you're in the water, you'll swim, my babies. Just go for it. Okay, so the second important date is going to be on the 18th of May. Now, the 18th of May is just going to be so interesting, because you're going to feel a very strong connection, like with the time when you were a child. There is somebody from the time when you were a child is going to keep on coming back in your mind. And that is the reason why, because 18th of May is going to be a very deep day. It's going to be a very spiritual day, and it's going to reflect on you in such a way when you will be thinking. It is going to be like a thinking mode, but not a hermit mode, but a thinking deep mode, which means that at the same time you will be dealing with the outside world, but at the same time the balance is just going to be just right, and you will be very deep at the same time. And this is going to be the thinking mode that is going to make you realize something really important from the past that you want to do again. You want to revive again. You want to be happy, and you want to live at that alongside that line again. And this means that there's a certain reflections from the past. It's going to bring you a really wonderful, really interesting insight, and that insight is just going to be the beginning of something really new, because without you even knowing, there is something really interesting going to start to manifest it around that time and that very point. On another hand, what else 18th of May is going to bring you? Really wonderful creation and a new beginning. I highly recommend you to wear like a tiger's eye. Indeed, a tiger's eye is just absolutely essential, especially when it comes to like new beginnings, and especially when it comes to finances, especially when it comes to career, especially when it comes to all these changes, and especially when we need a little bit of boost, like of boost of confidence, self-esteem, when we are dealing with certain issues that we know that are going to be a little bit hard, a little bit negative, and especially when we are dealing with the issues that are tricking us into thinking that it's more negative than what it is. So tiger's eye is very good to balance this out. I would suggest you to wear tiger's eye throughout May and June. Indeed, okay, this tiger's eye comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And of course, by buying this, you're also supporting this channel. Okay, so this is something that I want you to wear. And also 18th of May is just going to be about the new beginning. You know, you're really going to like it because this is just going to start becoming a highly meaningful time for you. This is going to be the time of awakening. This is going to be the time of reawakening. This is going to be the time of really wonderful unfoldment. And you will realize, you know, this is the beginning. This is the start. This is really good. There are really wonderful things that are going to become like available on the horizon. You're going to nearly be able to take them, but you're just going to realize that effort will continue until the full success is attained. So you're just going to realize that moderation, one step at a time, babies, one step at a time. Okay, the third important date is going to be on the 26th of May. Now the 26th of May is actually going to bring you like a really wonderful motivation. You need to check, you need to find out on the 26th of May who is motivating you, who is making you feel like a vavavumish in like a motivating way, who is like a giving you that power. You know, sometimes, you know, some people are absolutely wonderful because, you know, you should be around the people in your life, or you should be watching or listening to people that really motivate you. Just don't waste your time with the people that are making you feel sad or negative, because they just end up draining your energy, and then that reflects on you, and it's not really good. So this is going to be like a person that is really motivating you, that is just going to be the part of your mind, and think about it, and they're just going to be the reason, they're going to be the key in order for you to move on with your life, because that person, that motivation is just going to be the right motivation indeed. Try to see who do you feel connected to on the 26th of May, who is fascinating you, who is like motivating you, who is in your mind, who told you something that you just want to do, that you're going to do. Just think about it, because it is just something is here also going to start something really important 26th of May. So just a second. And at the end of February 2020, there is going to be the actual continuation of this, okay? At the end of February 2020, there is going to be the continuation of this, and this is all going to be about success, material attainment, advantage, and it's all about your own victory, okay? And the big wish that is just going to become even closer after this moment, after this point. Remember, this reading seems to be just building up towards something really big, like a really big change that you wanted to do and make in a really long time. But remember, my babies, this month, the things are going to become really evident. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Leos, now basically I'm just going to start with the very first part of May, very first week of May. It's all about grounding. Good time to go outside and like reconnect with yourself, with the nature. I told you this before. Touch the tree like this, okay? Not one in a picture here, but you know, outside, or you can hug the tree. You need to make this connection with the nature. You need to spend some time in the nature, even if it's an hour, even if it's a half an hour, if it's like 20 minutes. Try to reconnect with the nature. Very important, because that is going to help you quite a lot. This is all about this is all about your reflection, rebirth, which is on another hand going to become your own power. Your spiritual journey is coming to the certain end. Your spiritual journey is coming to the certain completion, which means that the new one is about to emerge. And this in itself is just going to give you clear focus, and that's why you're just going to feel so energetic. It's all about the strength and unfoldment that is going to be keep on driving you, like, yeah, do it. You know, straight away there's going to be about a loss, certain loss that you had some time ago that gave you certain restriction with things and kind of block you from moving on. Certain loss gave you certain restriction and blocked you from moving on in your life. Now it's going to be a nice little change there, babies, and that change is going to reflect on you in such a good time, because this is going to be a homecoming time. And I say homecoming time because it's just going to kind of help to rejuvenate you. It's going to help you with your own rebirth. It's going to give you so much confidence. It's going to give you so much power, and at the same time you've got a strong power of your mind. When you start focusing on a really optimistic things and really good things in your life, now you're going to start manifesting this at the same time. This is so important because you also have got extremely strong power of your mind. So this is all going to be like a swift change, sudden change with those things that caused you, like preventing you to move on because of the certain loss, and that caused you restriction. Absolutely brilliant. And also there is going to be the certain person who was avoiding some kind of responsibility, that you're actually going to kind of have something really positive outcome out of it, because there is going to be the victory and mental clarity through that. And I'm so happy because that is going to be a certain problem that is also going to come to an end. So it's to do with the person that was avoiding certain responsibility. The second part of May, my beautiful, my gorgeous Leos, ooh la la, it is a challenge. I think you're absolutely brilliant. Whatever you do, you're probably one of the best people. Once you set your mind to do something, you just go for it, go for it, go for it. You're absolutely brilliant, okay? And the challenge, there's a certain challenge that you're going to face. That challenge is going to be connected to work. You're going to be watched at work, but you will not even know it. Sorry. No, you're going to be watched, but you're not going to, sorry about that. You're going to be watched, but you're not even going to notice. But this is going to be good. This is going to be really significant, because I can tell you that somebody is going to be making a certain decision. So there is going to be a challenge that you're going to be facing following that. And the challenge is going to be good. And it's to do with your work. It's to do with what you do. It's to do with what you focus on every day. If you're retired, then it all depends what you focus on, what your challenge could be, like what your hobbies are and things like that, and what you're focusing on. You're still going to have a challenge, and it's to do with the skills. It's to do with something that you're really good at, indeed. And the bottom line is that something really big is going to happen here. Really nice, really big wish is going to come through, come forward, and that in itself is just going to bring the whole new balance. I also see a reconnection with somebody really important in your life. Somebody is going to come back in your life like a really important person. You're going to like this indeed. Somebody who's meant to be there, somebody who's meant to be the part of your journey, and somebody whom you could have lost like a little bit connection with. Okay, and also it is the whole new balance is going to come through, and the balance is going to come through the situation. Something is going to become available to you. Just remember, don't be too greedy, don't be too greedy. I'm not saying that you're greedy or anything like that. I'm just saying, from what I see here, that the situation is going to arise, and you're going to need to be able in the mid-May to remember not to be greedy. It's all about the generosity, and it's all about the right balance. It's to do with you, it's to do with somebody else, and it's to do with a certain authority. This is all going to make sense to you, but it's just to basically think about it's about to do with a certain authority, and it's to do with a certain emotional immaturity, but you're going to be aware of it. Emotional immaturity, it's not from you, it's from somebody else. Leos, you're wise. You're most certainly not emotionally immature whatsoever. You're very deep signs, you're very clever, you're very smart. Emotional maturity will not come from you, but I'm just saying that there is somebody who is going to have an emotional maturity. This is going to come from that effect towards you, but you will be aware of it. So you are that one step further from that person, especially when it comes to your own spiritual unfoldment. Okay, so the last part of May 2019, it's actually going to bring a lack of closure when it comes to something that you've been waiting for a while, when it comes to you, when it comes to other people around you, when it comes to some kind of team, when it comes to some kind of teamwork. There is going to be a lack of closure indeed. That lack of closure is going to kind of make you to answer the question yes or no, and the answer is going to be yes. And also, what else I was going to say, the certain journey is going to become quite evident here. You're going to start talking about some kind of holiday or some kind of journey, but this is going to be an important time for you as well to do this, because when I see a holiday or a journey in the cards, it means that there is a very important spiritual experience going to be waiting for you when you go there, when you're on your way back, or while you are on this holiday, let's say. And this is going to come, some kind of idea is going to come through that is just going to help you out a lot with a certain problem. There is also going to be an abandonment of some kind of area of your life, of the certain stage of your life, an adjustment that you will want to have, and it's just all kind of to do because this happened because of this certain disorganization perhaps, and now there is a whole new choice going to come through, because the abandonment of the certain stage of your life is going to make you to make a certain management, make a certain adjustment, to change something slightly. And this is also when you're going to receive some kind of timing about something, how long something is going to take. But the bottom line is the whole new couple of options are going to become available for you, and couple of options are going to be life-changing, mind-blowing indeed, and they're going to happen right at the end of May. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. This is all about your security, all about your prosperity, and all about making sure that later on in life, you're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be sorted. But it's not only about that. It looks like and it seems like that generations are going to be sorted because of this. It's all about the security, power, and your life in general. And also, let me just tell you that there is going to be the need for apprenticeship, need to learn something new, need to kind of focus on the task at hand and things like that. Anything new that you feel drawn towards, just go for it. This is your spirit guides, this is your angels, your guardian angels, and the universe is trying to get your attention and just trying to push you toward this particular situation, because it's all about trying new things, it's all about starting new things, it's all about trying this new dimension, tapping into this new dimension and knocking on this spiritual door, because once you knock, there's the most amazing world going to be behind it. But you have to knock, of course, but the way you're going to knock is going to be by doing and trying new things that maybe you even feel a little bit uncomfortable about, like a new job, completely different job or something like that. But then that is going to be the point, that is going to be the major turning point. Okay, so now my gorgeous Leos, I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to connect with those of you that are in relationship. This is going to be very strange months for those of you that are in relationship, because certain difficulties are going to arise, certain problems are going to arise. Perhaps there is going to be this, it's not even to do with you, but it's to do with a certain disagreement that you had for a long time, for a while, and that disagreement wasn't kind of sorted, that disagreement wasn't kind of finalized. And this is something that is just keep on bouncing back, and then you are both angry at each other, perhaps. And this is just a lot to do with, like, not even you because of you too, but it's just to do with, like, maybe some other person that is actually causing this. I don't mean lover or something like that necessarily, but I'm just saying it could be a family member or whatever. This is just coming from the certain person, from the problem that wasn't resolved, that is actually going to kind of affect on both of you, having an effect on both of you. So I just need you to be a little bit careful. It is going to be like the time when you're going to be like, oh God, but just be like a little bit careful, basically, because I'm just going to warn you. So the best is, a lot is going to be happening when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to you, like, focusing on your life. So this is the best to avoid any kind of conflict or anything like that. Just kind of like, just focus on what you're doing and things like that. But I'm going to warn you that the things are going to be a little bit touchy, feely, and it's only going to be because of the certain problem hasn't been sorted, and it's going to bounce back and come back until it's actually sorted. You see, this is why I'm saying, this is why you just need to be a little bit careful. This is the problem that is going to come back, and it's just going to require you're going to need to sort this out. If you don't sort this problem out that you had, it's going to come back until you actually do it. This is an important part of the spiritual journey for both of your spirits. Both of your spirits together on the same journey are not going to evolve if you don't sort this problem out. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to concentrate on those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle. Now, this is the whole new story. If you're single and ready to mingle, I'm just asking you, like, what on earth are you waiting for? You're gonna feel very, very vavavoom-ish. Other people are gonna be able to feel your vavavoom, and it's going to be very radiant. It's going to be very good. It's going to be very brilliant. It's gonna give you so much confidence, and it's gonna give you so much power. You are going to find yourself in a situation where lots of people are going to be attracted to your sexy appeal, and you're gonna like this because there's certain people that are actually gonna be like attracted to you, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe they fancy me. And that is going to be so good for you to explore things, so good for you to be good with yourself and with your confidence. It's going to reflect on your self-esteem and things like that. And you're going to realize something really important about yourself, and you're going to realize also how much you changed through that situation, believe me or not. But I'm just saying that there is going to be at a time when you are kind of focused on a certain you see, at a time, of course, at a time when you are focusing on a certain changes, at the time when you're focusing on a certain patience. But this is nothing to do with love, this is nothing to do with emotions, this is just to do with your life and you changing your life. This is going to be the time when somebody really, really interesting is going to come through, somebody who is just going to make you feel really good instantly, somebody who's going to make you feel vavavoomish instantly, and somebody whom you know is going to take a time to actually, you know, start something. You know that this is going to be one step at a time, but this person is going to be one step at a time, because this is somebody right, this is somebody genuine, and this is somebody who is going to help to change your whole life. This is somebody very powerful that is about to walk into your life, and this is just going to be absolutely amazing, because you will know straight away that this is a successful combination indeed. You are going to kind of like feel very harmonious, you're going to feel very, very calm, you're going to feel very, very nice, you're going to feel very excited at the same time, but you're going to be able to kind of control your emotions, and you're going to be able to feel slightly different harmony with this one. And this is because somebody very important is about to enter your life, and this particular person is about to change absolutely everything indeed. And the reason why I say this is because this person is meant to be the part of your spiritual journey. This person is meant to be here. This person is meant to walk into your life and help you be happy. So prepare to be swept off your feet, Leos. I suggest you go out and just enjoy yourself as much as you can, but my babies is the, you know, when you least expected, this baby is going to come through and change everything. Be prepared to be swept off your feet, as I said. Indeed. Okay, my gorgeous, my powerful, my ever so precious Leos, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, love, healing, and light. Mwah. Okay? Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Mwah.